Hello from Troubled Waters. Hey, thanks for being with me on this recording. Yeah, we're inside tonight. It has rained quite a bit today, so I want to go on and get in the topic. We got a great topic. I'm so excited to talk about this. I want to talk about love in action, and of course, this is going to be from the Apostle John. I'll be reading 1 John chapter 4 if you're following along, verses 6, 7, and 8. And there's a lot to talk about on this one. John is writing, "We are of God. He who knows God hears us. He who is not of God does not hear us. By this we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error." So I want to talk about that. The love, verse 7, "Let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. He who does not love does not know God, for God is love." I want to leave 3 points. I guess the first point I want to leave with you is, God is love. And it's you can say that. A lot of people say that in the world. Well, yeah, God is love, but what does that mean? If I'm trying to grow more into the image of Jesus Christ, I've got to see what I can do to grow my love. And because I want to be more like God every day, right? Because we've said every day is a gift. There's a way to measure that. It's not so much in what I feel, but a lot of it is what I do. And I can always increase on that. And I want to leave that. So God is love. John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life." That is, number one, love put in action. Jesus didn't have to die on the cross. He didn't have to be the sacrifice for all of our sins, but he did. He chose to. And that's a pretty tall hill to climb. It's easy for me to get discouraged and quit. Yes, Jesus is set a perfect example. He's the God man, but he's calling me to serve him out of love. I'm not perfect. I miss the mark every day. It's not perfection, it's progress. But it just inspires me. And that's what I wanted to share with you. Where can I grow? I think for me, I want to grow in action. I want to do more things. And I I think there's ways that we can baseline where each of us are. It's my attitude. Am I receptive? Am I negative? Am I looking on the needs of others? Paul wrote that in 1 Corinthians. Look on the needs of each other as you do yourself. It's a call to love. One thing I've always said and known about God, it rains on the just and the unjust. And that's the picture of perfection that I see, even my enemies, when I can love them. So, number two, as we read in verse 6 earlier, those that are influenced by the spirit of error, it says they don't hear, but I think in the Greek it's they don't understand. And you see people like that, people that cannot show mercy, do not show mercy. Everything's a choice. It's not that you can't show mercy, they don't. The person that cuts you off, the person that flips you the bird, the person that's mean spirited, talks about you behind your back, gossips, has nothing good to affirm about you as a human being, and never, not the less a Christian, um, that they're influenced by an evil spirit. And I have to be careful out there in the world, because if I'm walking by sight and not by faith, I can react in the flesh. And that's exactly what I don't want to do. So, where can I grow? I can grow according to what I measure. If I measure where I'm, because one thing I do struggle with is I'm not the most patient person in the world. It's something that it's challenging for me, but it's attainable. It's achievable. It's who I am. I have a lot of passion, and there's good and bad in all of us. But where I'm working on myself today is to see where the baseline is. If I could give compliments, do actions, cutting the grass, going and seeing somebody, going to a nursing home, if I can do these things or influence and just speak encouragement. I always say avoid the JCCs: judgment, condemnation, and criticism. The bottom line in summary is if you can't say anything good about somebody, don't say it. If I'm called to criticize or critique someone, it's always, always, always going to be to their benefit, not to make me look good, not to make them shamed or put down. That's the bottom line. So I hope I leave that with you. Please continue to click the thumbs up. That's all I'm asking. Just click the thumbs up on these videos if you feel inspired to do so. It helps the channel to grow, and I appreciate that. So love every one of you, praying for you. So go out, be blessed, make this a great day, but make it a godly day.